Rami back with another video. What's up, everyone? Here is another mind-bending what-if scenario. Today we're diving into some uncharted territory with a question that's been lingering in the depths of my own mind as I found myself rewatching the Naruto anime. What if Naruto was kidnapped by the Hidden Cloud Village? It might just be what if Naruto was kidnapped, we'll see. But before we get started, if someone's already explored this idea, drop me a comment and let me know. Gotta give credit where credit's due, right? Let's smash that like button, hit the share, and don't forget to comment down below with your thoughts on what ifs. Awesome. This is my first video back, so I hope that all of you don't mind that I'm still trying to rub off the rust here. But I'm trying out a new style. If you guys don't like it, if you do like it, just let me know. Just want things to flow. All right, here we go. Picture this. Rewind the tape and let's set the stage. Naruto, instead of growing up and calling the Leaf Village his home, a home where he was brutally abused by every member of the Hidden Leaf Village, practically, instead finds himself kidnapped and raised in the heart of the Hidden Cloud Village. We're talking Uzumaki and Senju blood running through his veins, a ninja with a pedigree that's practically a cheat code, so much chakra that he could probably make 100,000 shadow clones if he really wanted to. Now, the real question on the basis of this is, why would the Cloud Village, the Hidden Cloud Village, want Naruto in the first place? Well, the first and most obvious reason is the fact that he's the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. Now, this wasn't necessarily public knowledge, but it wasn't necessarily kept on the rug too much either. We are going to start this what-if off with an Anbu being sent out by the Hidden Cloud to retrieve Naruto. But alongside him was someone with a lot of speed, a lot of power, and most importantly, a shared connection with Naruto. That being Killer B. When I say that, I mean a shared connection by that which they are both Jinchurikis. Killer B, although a war hero, very much so knew what it was like to be disrespected by the people of his village, to be insulted by those people, to be put down by those people, to be bullied by those people. He had in no way been a byproduct of a good government. Although he was, of course, respected by many, he was feared by many. People's fathers' fathers or daughters' daughters had experienced that. Well, there was a beast that lives inside of him that at any moment, well, in their opinion at least, at any moment could destroy the village, could attack everyone, and would be mindless, as they had seen it be done with many previous Jinchuriki. Even Jinchuriki that they thought to be successful. Anywho, why would they do this? Well, it gives them more power. See, the Hidden Cloud Village and the Hidden Leaf Village have long been at the top of the ninja world, but if the Hidden Cloud Village had not only one, but two Jinchuriki, but now three, well, they would be put into an entirely different atmosphere than the Hidden Leaf Village as far as their military power goes. Although, of course, they cannot yet utilize this young Naruto, who, for the sake of this, what if is going to currently be aged 4. And also for the sake of this, what if he's going to have to be living on his own in an apartment at the moment already from this point, not in some orphanage or anything like that. We'll just say that Hiruzen set it up, and it's as simple as that. With that being said, Killer B and the Anbu would make their way to the Hidden Leaf Village. Killer B. Yeah, what's up? For the sake of this what if, the Anbu's name is just going to be Kajo. What's up, Kajo? Never mind. No, tell me. Also, I'm not going to be rapping with Killer B. I just can't do that, okay? Well, it's just... You don't think that the Nine-Tails will just break out if we try and abduct him? Maybe, but if it does, I'm here. and I'll beat that thing down. You think you're powerful enough to defeat the Ninetales? The strongest of the tailed beast? He's only a child. Not like that thing's that strong, right? I suppose. If you're really sure, Master B, I will shake all of my worries. I'm not just sure, I'm positive. Well, let's do this thing, man. They would both fist bump each other as they would begin to run through the Hidden Leaf Village. The thing that made 𝘎𝙎𝙄 so special is that he possessed space-time ninjutsu, and so they didn't have to sneak into the village, they could just teleport right in. Killer B used his own chakra to sense out where the chakra of the Jinchuriki was, and although so faint, he was able to sense it. Well, he wasn't actually, it was Yuki, the 8-tails that lived within him, who could very much tell when one of his own family members was close by, that family member of course being the 9-tails. And so they quite literally teleported inside of Naruto's apartment while he was asleep. 𝘎𝙎 would then grab Naruto, as they would then use this same space-time ninjutsu to teleport far beyond the borders of the Hidden Leaf Village. Now what you might be asking is, why didn't they teleport from there instead of having the risk of getting so close to the village and then running and then using the space-time ninjutsu? Well, the short answer is that 𝘎𝙎 does have a limit on how far he can go, and, well, it just didn't make sense. With that being said, Naruto would eventually arrive in the Hidden Cloud Village. But they spent some time together, and by them, I mean 𝘎𝙎, Killer B, and Naruto, before arriving in the Hidden Cloud Village. They would be about halfway there when Naruto would finally awaken. Where am I? Naruto would say, looking around at all of these things he had never seen before. By that I just mean he was in unfamiliar territory. Naruto blinked continuously, still wondering where he had been and where he was. 𝘎𝙎 looked at Killer B, and Killer B smiled. Well, you want the truth, kid? Yeah, if you don't mind, I just don't understand. Well, it's quite simple, really. You've been kidnapped. What? Yeah, well, basically, my village is stronger if they have you than if they don't. So, I'm a tool for power? I suppose you could say that. It wouldn't be the word that I would use, but you're not wrong. I want to go back. You're never going back to that village, Naruto. 𝘎𝙎 would say. What? Are you serious? The way that Killer B broke it down isn't the way I would have done it either. But, put simply, our village needs you. And we assessed that you weren't necessarily being treated the greatest while you were there. How did you know that? We have spies in every village, including the Hidden Leaf Village. We could see you being tormented by the villagers every single day. Of course, it's not our place to decide what's right and what's not right, but in our own opinions, we believe that we would make a better home for you. And we could train you as a Jinchuriki should be trained. A Jinchuriki? A Jinchuriki. A Jinchuriki? A Jinchuriki, yes. Oh, what's that? You know that quote-unquote demon that lives inside your belly? Yeah, the 9-tails. Exactly. People who have tailed beast, as what they're called, inside of them are known as 𝙎𝙈𝙊𝙃. Killer B here, my buddy over there as in he's currently fetching some fish as they sit beside a fire. He's, the 8-tails. What? Really? But he looks happy and carefree. That's what I'm telling you, Naruto. In our village, you can be celebrated and recognized as a hero instead of as a demon, a monster. Oh, you promise? 𝙎𝙈𝙊𝙃 nodded yes. Why would I lie about something like that? Now, it's not perfect. A lot of people still even hate Killer B because the tailed beast inside of him killed their families, their moms, their sisters, their brothers, their cousins, that kind of thing. But even so, do you see how carefree he is? Because he understands his importance to our village. And because for as many haters and people who try to tarnish his name that there are, there's 100 who support him and would protect him with their lives. That's how important Killer B is to us in the Hidden Cloud Village. Naruto's eyes would light up. He hadn't expected this. He hadn't known a life where he wasn't, well, to say the least, bullied for being the 𝙎𝙈𝙃𝙃 of the 9 tails. And now that he's heard that Killer B, the 8 tails, is living a good life, is happy, is celebrated by most of the people in the village, he couldn't help but want that himself. And so this young Naruto would agree. On their time back to the Hidden Cloud Village, 𝙎𝙎 would try to tell Naruto as much of their customs as he could. Eventually, Naruto would ask who runs the village, as 𝙎𝙎 would pause, sighing. He didn't very much like the government system in the Hidden Cloud Village, but he didn't really like any form of government in the first place. Just as the Hidden Leaf Village is called Konoha, we have a similar name, but instead it is 𝘾𝙍𝙗𝙄𝙈. You see, the village was founded by the first Raikage, and as one of the 5 great shinobi countries, 𝘾𝙍𝙗𝙗 has a Kage as its leader, which, as I told you earlier, is known as what? Raikage? Bingo. Now, there have been 4 in our history to date. Currently, the 4th is the one in charge, and that is actually Killer B's brother. Really? Yeah. The village is located in a range of tall mountains and is literally hidden in the clouds. And the Raikage works in a large blue structure built into the tallest of the mountains. The standard attire for our shinobi consists of a long gray top which gathers just at the waist to give a sash-like appearance, with a matching colored bottom. Over this they wear white, one-strapped flak jackets and arm as well as shin guards. Many of our ninja also are proficient in lightning release techniques, although I hope everything I'm saying is just going over your head, because I would rather not explain it. I see. Anywho, the fact of the matter is, as long as you're nice to the people, I think that they'll respect you. You think so? I don't just think so, I'm almost positive. Now, some of you may be wondering, well, why, is 𝘾𝙍𝙗𝙗, is the Hidden Cloud Village really this desperate for power? Well, to that I say, despite becoming one of the 5 great villages, Kumo has gathered and gained in the Naruto universe a rather shameless reputation, always prioritizing their military might by any means. While back in the day, a peace treaty was formed between all the villages to cut back on, well, their military budget and reduce the size of their forces during the times of peace, 𝘾𝙍𝙗𝙗 secretly did not even honor this agreement, seeing this as a chance to ensure that no other village could ever have an upper hand should hostilities later resume. So it's like, no, like they would totally do this. Excuse me, if the opportunity arose, and for this what if, the opportunity is going to arise, and the Hidden Leaf Village doesn't even know that Naruto's gone yet. Although there's sensors in the village that non-Hidden Leaf chakras have been gathered, because obviously it's pretty damn hard to hide the chakras of a literal Jinchuriki and also an Anbu member, Kajo. Besides that, they can't really do anything, and they don't even know that Naruto is missing yet. With that being said, it's only been approximately 3 days, by the way. With that being said, Naruto, Kajo, and Killer Bee would finally make it to the Hidden Cloud Village. It had been 4 days since Naruto had left, or rather been abducted, sort of. With that being said, he began to walk around. He didn't really know what to do. What was he supposed to do in this foreign land? Immediately, they would go over to the Raikage's building, the blue structure built into the mountains that I spoke of. With that being said, they would knock on the Raikage's door as the Raikage would let them in with a smiling face. Are you the Nine-Tailed Jinchuriki they speak of? Me, sir? The Raikage would nod his head. Yeah. I am. Well, I'm happy to have you here. I hope that you and I can have a splendid relationship. You begin your training a week from now. During that week, I want you to get acclimated to not only the people here, our clothing, our lifestyle, and our traditions, but just get familiar with the land. Okay? Can you do that for me? Maybe even make some friends? I'll try. Okay. You're excused now. Kajo, go with him. Actually, B, you go with him. Okay, which one, big bro? B, take Naruto somewhere. A ramen shop, if there's any around. That's always good. Konoha is known for their famous ramen, right? I suppose. With that being said, the door would be shut behind Killer Bee, and Kajo and the Raikage would be the only two in the room. What is it, Lord Fourth? Well, that boy. How on earth am I supposed to train him? His father was damn Minato. Huh? You can't be serious. You mean to tell me? Look at the damn kid. Your unit was on one of the only units that actually saw the guy and survived. You can't tell me that that's not a spitting damn image of the guy. 4 years ago, Naruto's born. 4 years ago, the fourth Hokage dies. If I was the damn Hokage, I would have for sure sealed the beast into my son, or someone close to me, so that the power could remain either in the family, or, at the very least, in proper hands within the village. And what better place to put it than your own son? Of course, subjecting them to a life of, well, of hate. Wouldn't be accounted for there, but it's what I would do anyway. Maybe you're right. If you are right, I have no idea how we are supposed to train that boy. He could be proficient in anything. Lightning, wind, water, earth. Who knows? You forgot fire. I didn't forget, I just didn't say it. See, that's why I like you, Kajo. The other Anbu, they're straight suck-ups, but because I've known you since I was a child myself. We're just like friends. I prefer it that way. But this is an order, you hear me? Speak, sir. That boy, 𝙎𝙈𝙊𝙃𝙃. If you must, you will die for him. And you will teach him absolutely everything that you know. Can you accept this burden? The burden of not only having to protect the 𝙎𝙈𝙃𝙃, having to foster the 𝙎𝙈𝙃𝙃, having to care for him, having to teach him our traditions, having to teach him how to fight and anything along those lines. Can you accept that responsibility? Yes. I accept, Lord Forth. The Raikage would begin to clap. Then it's decided. You will be Naruto's caregiver. Not his adopted father or any nonsense like that. Not unless he wills it. And at this age, nothing's set in stone. Training begins in a week. You will train him in our facilities and take him into battle no more than 3 months later. Sounds good. Good. You're dismissed, Kaja. Unless you would care for a drink or two. No. I've been stopping that kind of behavior. No worries. See you. Hi. Kaja would leave the building, using some form of after-image technique. With that being said, he would trail Killer Bee and Naruto, eventually meeting back up with the group. Killer Bee would then leave, as it was just Kajo and Naruto. We now fast forward 3 whole months. Now what happened in these 3 months? While Naruto was trained to the brink of exhaustion every single day. Until the reaps of this began to show. He, in this short 3-month period, became heavily proficient in taijutsu and the use of a blade. But with that being said, he had never actually fought a real match against anyone who was trying to kill him. This would be the first day to do so. With that being said, they were to hunt the head of a mercenary group. The head's name? They called him Tion. Now, they would finally begin to look for the mercenary group, as this was rated as a B rank mission. Naruto and Kajo would begin their search for the mercenary group, who had actually been coming from the Hidden Cloud Village, which is why they were, on this mission, to bring them back to the Hidden Cloud Village and to punish them for their actions. With that being said, they would eventually find them, hiding out in some tavern. Naruto would walk in, asking where Tion was, as Tion himself would turn his head to Naruto, asking what it is to him. Almost hurling a damn fist at Naruto, Naruto would jump back in awe. This was the first time he had been in any true combat, and the odds were 3-1. Kaja was there, but he wanted to see how Naruto would react to the situation. If needed, he could quickly slice off all of their heads and let it be that. But this was a great stepping stone for Naruto's development. How would he fight all 3 of them? Or even just the one? These were Chunin level ninja, not just some ordinary genin or misfits. And so, Naruto began to battle them. Specifically Tion. He was taught by Kajo that there are certain weak spots in any ninja. So he began by trying to apply pressure to these chakra points to shut them off. This is sort of similar to Neji and his ability as a Hyuga to see chakra points and, well, disable and enable them. And thus, he began to fight the ninja. With that being said, this fight wouldn't last long, as Naruto would be blitzed by one of the men from behind and above, causing Kazuo to step in and quickly deal with all of them. In just a few seconds, all three laid on the ground. With that, Naruto would be given Kazuo's blade, placed firmly in his hand. Naruto, I will give you 2 decisions today. What, Master? You have 2 decisions to make. Okay, and what are they? The first decision is quite simple. You can make it if you like. You can spare these 3 men, bring them back to the village, punish them ethically as I taught you, and that will be it. The second option is, these men have done horrible things. They have raided small villas and villages on the outskirts of our own village. They have taken the woman, disregarded the children, and killed the men of fighting age. They are not good people. Some would even say that they deserve death. So I ask you here, Naruto, what is it that you will do? I'm gonna choose to spare them. 'Cause, hey, why not? Good. If you said the other option, I would have been worried about you. But instead, I'm only intrigued. When they got home, the 3 mercenaries would be punished, with Tion receiving the largest sentence. With that, if you're watching this in the 1-part format, it means that it's just, like, this isn't going to be included, obviously. But if you're watching this in the movie, it should end with me saying, like, this is the last segment, blah, 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 blah. And now we're just shifting into the rest of the what if that makes sense. And here is the rest of the what if. Naruto would now be tasked with having to enter the Hidden Leaf Village. And so, he would go. It took Naruto about 3 days with many rests on the way to get to the village. Upon arriving, things felt different than when he had left. Not better or worse, just different. This was because Naruto had changed. Naruto had grown and evolved into a capable shinobi, and he felt secure. When he was younger, he was scrutinized, and we obviously know this. He was bullied, he was beat, he was shamed, but now he feels strong enough that none of those things could happen to him. Naruto was able to sneak in without, well, the Hidden Leaf's detectors going off, because technically speaking, Naruto was from the Hidden Leaf Village. With that being said, he slowly made his way deeper and deeper into the village. It is at this time that I would like to let you guys know that he was wearing a hood, so he couldn't really be seen all too well. But nevertheless, he continued to make his way further and further into the village. Now, what was his goal? His goal? To steal Hidden Leaf Jutsu. And so he knew that eventually he would have to make his way into the Hokage office. Or at least the Hokage building. Because he didn't exactly know where they would hold all of these secret scrolls. But his best bet would be somewhere in the Hokage building. And so, he took off his hood and created a shadow clone. His shadow clone would be the one that went into the building. His shadow clone would walk right in, as nobody was guarding the gate, which felt just a little odd to him. Anyways, he continued looking around anywhere he could find these scrolls, and he couldn't see anybody. Not a single Anbu, not a single Jonin, Chunin, Genin, nothing. Not even some random secretary or worker in the building. He then saw on a sign inside of the building that it was the third Hokage's birthday. Naruto smiled. That meant that it should be easy for him to go and get the scrolls. He searched just about every single room in the building until there were just 2 left. One, the Hokage's office. The second one, it was where the scrolls were actually kept. Naruto pulled a coin out of his pockets and flipped it. His coin meant that he was going to open the Hokage's office. He slowly turned the knob, opening it, with Lord Third at his table, smoking from his pipe. Naruto stared deeply into the eyes of Hiruzen. Of course, I must remind you, this is just Naruto's shadow clone. As Hiruzen then spoke, inhaling and exhaling from his pipe. When I had heard that you were kidnapped 8 years ago, I was scared. I had thought your father would never have forgiven me. Huh? What do you mean? That's what Naruto was thinking inside of his head, but he refrained from speaking. He didn't even move a muscle. Hiruzen continued. You've grown into a strong, capable ninja, have you? He could see the glint of a shinobi headband under Naruto's gown. I have, Naruto would say, looking at Hiruzen. But even so, you don't sound like a 12-year-old boy. You sound like a lion who has been battle-tested. Taking another puff of his pipe. So what are you here for? Naruto. Hearing Lord Third say that sent shivers down Naruto's body. As he told Hiruzen exactly why he was there. Hiruzen understood. So you wish to take our jutsu and make the cloud stronger, is that it? Naruto nodded his head slowly. Well, unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to let you do that. And, taking another puff of his pipe. I hereby sentence you to prison, Naruto Uzumaki, son of the 4th Hokage. Hearing that made Naruto's lip quiver, but he held steadfast. The 4th Hokage was his father? Naruto didn't even know what to do, nor what to say. He just stared right into the eyes of Hiruzen, Sarutobi. Hiruzen made the first move, jumping towards Naruto, and pulling off his Hokage garments to show battle gear beneath it. Naruto, not expecting this, would dodge. They played a little game of cat and mouse for a few seconds, as Hiruzen would grab Naruto. Upon grabbing him, Naruto looked into the eyes of Hiruzen. Hiruzen had a punch pulled back to subdue Naruto. he couldn't do it. Naruto pulled out a tag from underneath his clothing and sticked it onto Hiruzen. Naruto then jumped off of Hiruzen, pushing him away as he did so. What is this seal or tag that you've placed on me? It's a paper bomb tag. It will explode if you move. I see. I suppose I let never mind. I apologize for using your weaknesses against you, Lord Third. But I'm here on business, and business only. Naruto would then check the last room that he had to check, as he would grab 4 different scrolls. Then, he went back to the Hokage office. He walked right past Hiruzen, who was still standing, starstruck, and not moving. He would need a sealing ninja to take off the seal, or it would surely explode. If that is really what the seal did, or rather the tag. Naruto, now behind Lord Third, looked back at the Hokage. They call you great. They say that you know all of the jutsu in the Hidden Leaf Village. I've been told that you are the strongest of all the Kage. But you're weak. Naruto would grit his teeth. He hated having to play someone who he was not. But he himself could not show weakness. And so he kept going. In all my years of training, I've looked to the day where I could look you in your eyes and say I was stronger than you. If it is true and my father is the 4th Hokage, it is shameful that you two even share the same name of Kage, of Konohagakure. I will return one day, Hiruzen Sarutobi. And when I do, the leaf will cry tears of pain as I have a sword through you. Hearing this, Hiruzen couldn't help but feel the hair on his back and arms stand up, because he could feel the 9 tails deep within Naruto, who also wanted this just as bad as Naruto had. See, Naruto developed a hatred for the Leaf Village, but more specifically, the 3rd Hokage. Of course, this was in part due to the people that he was surrounded by, feeding him sort of lies on how the 3rd Hokage didn't want him and how the 3rd Hokage abandoned him. But hearing that his own father was the 4th Hokage, and the 3rd Hokage didn't tell anyone this, something that could have very well saved his childhood, he was hurt. It hurt him hard, and he, for this reason, hated Sarutobi now. With that, he jumped through quite literally, the window of the Hokage building, breaking it as he did, and returning to the Hidden Cloud Village. And so Naruto would return to the Hidden Cloud Village. Oh, sorry for that little, village. That, voice crack I just had there. With that being said, Naruto would immediately bring back all of the scrolls. But before he had done so, during his return to the Cloud Village, he was being tracked by several different ninja, mostly Anbu, who Naruto would quickly dispose of. But he also copied everything that was in the scrolls before he gave it to, the Raikage, who in this sense is sort of like a big brother figure now to Naruto. With that being said, after giving the scrolls to the Raikage, he would thank Naruto and tell Naruto that he did an excellent job, promoting Naruto from what he was as a chunin into a jonin. This gave Naruto much more, let's just say, freedom within the village, and he could really do whatever he pleased. He began to go on several missions, until he went out with a group of 10 other shinobi, and he was the only one to survive. This wasn't necessarily a rarity in the ninja world. You could go out with an entire squad of, say, 3 different squads of ninja, and only 1 or 2 people survive. But for Naruto, it meant that he was too weak, and that he couldn't protect everyone. Actually, it meant that he couldn't protect anyone, because he was the only person that survived. And so, he went to someone who he had never truly gotten a chance to speak to within the village. And her name was Yugito Ni. Yugito Ni is the two-tailed Jinchuriki. Her tailed beast is Matatabi, the cat. And, well, he went to her for guidance. Of course, you might be thinking, why didn't he speak to Killer Bee? Because, well, Killer Bee 8 tails, Yugito 2 tails. Well, he hadn't really seen Killer Bee too much in action, using his tailed beast. But he had seen Yugito Ni always training to master her own. And so, he approached her. He found out where she lived from Killer Bee, who did think it was a little bit suspicious, but didn't really mind giving him her location. And so he went there. Knocking on the door of her home, she opened, and with a smile. "Are you Naruto?" she asked, as Naruto's ears perked up just a little bit, smiling, and nodding his head yes over and over again. She would then gesture for Naruto to come in, as Naruto would with no hesitation. With that being said, Naruto would then, well, speak with Yugito and ask her a question. "What is it, Naruto?" "Well, oh, and before you say anything, I apologize for everything that you went through on that mission." "Wait, what? You know about that?" "Yes, I do. It was a big story that you were the only one to survive. And thank God you did." "Am I really that important to the village?" "Absolutely. And I know you know that, but you just wanted to hear it." Ugh, whatever, Yugito. "Anyways, your question?" Naruto would, well, taking his breath before he asked. "Can you teach me how to control the Nine Tails, Yugito?" Yugito's jaw would drop as she paused. "You mean you don't know how to use the abilities of the Nine Tails yet?" Naruto laughed, scratching the back of his head. "Yeah, about that. Killer Bee always says he's gonna train me on how to perfect my Jinchuriki abilities, but he never actually ends up doing it. He procrastinates a lot." I see. Well, in that case, I would love to train you. When are you available? "I'm available today." No, not today. What about tomorrow?" "Yes, tomorrow works. Tomorrow at 3 p.m., meet me here." And so Naruto would the next day meet Yugito at 3 p.m. at her home. As Yugito would take Naruto to a battlefield, like grounds, like a area that was not necessarily for people, but like people could technically go there, but it was really just for ninja training. And we begin to speak to Naruto. "Naruto, I possess the two tails, Matatabi. That, if you will, beast lives within me, as there is a beast that lives within you, the Nine Tails. Uh-huh. So, what do you want me to do? Well, you're gonna meditate. I'm gonna meditate? Yes. You're going to go into your own subconscious and speak to the beast. Oh, really? Yes. Yugito would get into her own meditation form as she would tell Naruto to repeat what she is doing. Naruto understood, as he would then begin to try and repeat what she was doing. And soon Naruto would fall into a trance where he would be guided to his own subconscious. And Yugito's voice slowly faded as she guided him there. He awoke to be within the Nine Tails' chamber. And so he stared at it. I hadn't realized that you were such a scary guy, Nine Tails. Me, scary. I'm your worst nightmare. I'm going to tear you to pieces. The Kyuubi would tell Naruto, as he didn't flinch. One day, I may need your power. I hope that it won't be a struggle to obtain. A struggle. Let's hope not. Wait, what? I can see that you're not like other humans. You and Killer Bee and Yugito. Now that I've met her, it's opened my eyes. It's opened your eyes? Yes, Naruto. It's opened my eyes. Your father, the fourth Hokage, sealed me away within you. As a punishment of sorts. But I suppose it's a blessing that I've met a human, as pure-hearted as you are. Huh? Naruto didn't understand. Was the Kyuubi accepting him as its host? Matatabi and Yuki, the Two Tails and Eight Tails, have given their Jinchuriki full prohibition over them. And so, I will give you a fraction of my power that you may use to your heart's desires. Really? Pick a number. 3, 4, 5, 2, or 1. You could have just... Naruto was going to say that he could have just said between 1 and 5. Naruto would end up picking 4. As the Kyuubi would smile. A good choice. A good choice indeed. As he would then be teleported back out of his subconscious and into the waking world. As he would look around him, Yugito had a smile. It worked. Huh? What do you mean? Naruto looked around him as there was a bubbly chakra around him, and it was red. He felt so much chakra flowing through him. He felt like he could take on the whole entire world. What is this power? It's the power of the Nine Tails. That's what it is. You are in the Two Tails state? So how did your conversation go? Well, I presume. You told me to pick a number between 1 and 5, and I picked 4. Ah, I see. So, that probably means that you can have full access to the first 4 tails of the Nine Tails' chakra. Really? Yeah. Which, if I do say so myself, is a win. The Nine Tails is the strongest of all the tailed beasts. At least that's what Matatabi told me while you were talking to him. I see. Which means that, technically speaking, Your raw strength should be able to beat me currently. What? That is, unless I tap into my own Jinchuriki powers. Are you challenging me to a fight? Naruto, pick up your fist and fight me now. But let's do it. But are you sure? I don't know. Do it! But what if I hurt you? Naruto, I am commanding you to do so. Naruto would get into his fighting stance after hearing that, charging towards Yugito faster than he had ever charged at anyone. But Yugito met him, sending him flying into a tree, which would be cut in half, as she just barely missed him, as he dodged an attack that she sent at him. Now, what will you do against my blue flames? Yugito would say. Yugito would then yell out, "Mouse hairball!" as a mouse-shaped ball of hair consumed by blue fire would be hurled towards Naruto. Naruto would look at it, putting together his hands to block, as upon impact it would explode, sending him flying hundreds of yards away. Yugito would then slowly walk up to Naruto. Naruto then looked up to see Yugito above him, with a fist pulled back. Naruto would dodge this hit, showing up behind her, and putting her in a chokehold. Yugito grinned. "You believe you've gotten the best of me? Really?" As Yugito would begin to transform fully into the Two Tails, Naruto would jump away, as the massive Two Tails now overlooked him. "Fireball!" Yugito would yell, as a gigantic ball of fire would be hurled towards Naruto. All three of the tails that Naruto now had would go out, trying to protect him from the blast, as well as his own hands, of course. A huge explosion would be made, as Naruto then lied on the ground, tired out and with no more Nine Tails chakra surrounding him. But he was unscathed, just very exhausted. Yugito would then de-transform, going back into her human state, or rather human appearance, if you will, as she would then walk over to Naruto, picking him up. Now that is the power of a master Jinchuriki. Naruto was in awe. She was so strong. With that, Naruto then began to train with Yugito almost every day, and Killer Bee would actually take notice of this, eventually joining in with them, as they would all begin to grow stronger with each other. With that being said, eventually Naruto would be able to control more and more tails of the Nine Tails, getting up to 6. We are now going to have a time skip.
And that's where we're going to end the video. Just make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Share the video to a friend who likes what this or his anime content in general. And with that being said, this has been ramiX and ramiX out. This was just the first part of the what if. Of course, it's going to go into the movie. And yeah, anyways, ramiX signing off.